Turn around 3 times. Turn around 3 times. Start shooting.
Alright, welcome everybody to the 4th day of the ESL India Premiership 2017, streaming to you the best games of the best teams. Like we promised people, it's 6:30 p.m. and we're on with the first 3 games we're going to show you. Okay, so starting off, let me tell you what happened right now. So Mrinmoy Lagar, one of our champions from the 2016 Masters, well, he's going to be playing against Shubham Nalbe offline. We're not going to be streaming that match because we've got something interesting coming up your way. Yes, people, we have Vikram Asopa versus Dippak Mehta going to face off against each other. Now, a little bit of lowdown about these guys. Now, Vikram is from Coimbatore. He is pursuing his BBA while he also plays Clash Royale occasionally as and when the situation demands it, and he also was one of the participants in the Masters 2016. Now talking a little bit about Dippak Mehta, who goes by the game name Nick as we call it, Mehu. Well, he was a part of the Challenger 2 in Bangalore last year, the 2016 ESL India Premiership. He left the game of Clash Royale for quite some time, took like a sabbatical, but now he's trying to make his comeback. And the best thing is, they both Vikram and Dippak are both doing a BBA. And I seriously have no idea what's the connection of BBA with Clash Royale. I think there's some hidden agenda here in all BBA colleges to have like Clash Royale as part of a, how would I say, underground curriculum. But ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you, this is the ESL India Premiership 2017, brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX, Zawi by BenQ, organized by Nordwind Gaming, and you can catch us on our various channels, ESL India Facebook page and the YouTube gaming channel of ESL India. Also remember that you can, if you have not been able to, then you can register for the phase 2. The link will be mentioned on the screen. You can just go onto the link and register for the phase 2. But in the meantime, let me also give you a lowdown about our casters for the first game of the evening, Clash Royale. This game is going to be casted by Manoj Supergola and Rishabh Bagarbillah Vora. Now, gentlemen, I hope you guys are ready, because everybody who's watching this stream knows that this is going to be some power-packed game. The best of 3 of Clash Royales. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on with the games now.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the daily stream of the ESL India Premiership. And today, as usual, this is Manoj Supergola, and with me is
Bagar Billa.
And we are excited to cast some more Clash Royale for you. And who's playing today, Bagar Billa?
We have Asopa and Mehu playing today. So both of these guys have played games before. Mehu has played 2 games and he's won one of them, and Asopa also is on 1. So like what's surprising is the top 6 from the 8, they're all tied on 3 points each.
3 points each, the top 6.
The top 6.
Okay. Okay, so look, that quick push from Asopa with the minor and the Electro Wizard has brought down quite a bit of HP from Mehudi's tower on the left. In order to counter that, Mehudi has sent a giant with the Mega Minion as support, but they couldn't do much. That Inferno tower from Asopa has absorbed most of the damage, right?
Yeah.
So, looks like Mehdi has swapped out quite a few cards from yesterday or day before yesterday when he played, right?
Yeah, he had a bowler and a minor combo which he was using quite often. Now he's changed his deck quite a bit.
And this minor from Asopa is doing a lot of, like, look at that. Just 2 minors that he used so far, and he brought his enemy's HP down to almost half. So that strategy looks like it's quite working well for him.
That's what matters, like those early attacks when you have these opportunities to get your opponent as much health
down as possible. Yeah, just keep chipping. Oh, banned at EA. Oh, finally banned. Look at that. Just Matrix dashes and kills that archer. No mercy. Oh, but these skeletons are going to kill her. That was quite a bad move. And again, we see the Inferno Tower just murdering the giant, piercing his soul, making it evaporate. His existence is no more. Now look, bowler coming out from Mehdi, walking through the poison.
Does the poison spell slow down your opponent?
Not really. No, it doesn't. It just does damage. Damage over time. And the slower you walk, obviously, the more time you spend in the poison, the more damage you take. Well, I believe he really shouldn't have used there. So he's maybe in a little bit of trouble right now. That bowler, he hoped the Electro Wizard zap would have cleared him, but that's not happening. Now he'll be able to get quite a few hits onto the tower using the giant. Mehudi, on the other hand, has been staying on 10 elixir for quite a while. He may have wasted a couple of elixir, but that's okay. That's okay. He managed to sort of bring down Asopa star. And with that said, we are going into the 3 minutes of overtime.
It's quite an even game. Both the players are at 500 HP.
But I think Mehudi may grab this one just because he has lightning. What do you say?
Yeah, that lightning spell has a damage of over 450.
Oh, again, the miner coming out. Unfortunately, he is not able to push him out to stop him from hitting the tower. And looks like the poison might help him win, but no. As we said, the lightning spell, dude. The lightning just won him the game. 30 seconds into overtime, 2 lightnings in, and that's it. Mehudi wins the first game. So, while the players are taking a break before the next game, would you like to mention our sponsors?
Yeah, this is ESL India Premiership, and
our best buddies in the entire world are title sponsors.
HP by Omen.
Omen by HP. That's okay though. So a big thank you to Open My HP as well as our other buddies, our other sponsors, which are HyperX and Zoe. And that said, looks like the players are ready for round 2. And we're just waiting on them. So, okay. So while the players are still readying up, maybe they're changing their decks out a bit. I think
they need to.
They need to, yeah. I think they need to, because both of them now know that their strat is not really working well against each other. Like, they've managed to scrape HP off, but I don't think any of them, any of their strats actually played out the way they wanted it. Okay, so why don't you tell me a little bit more about the point system? What's the standing like right now?
So, like, 2 players have played 2 matches each. That is Dippak and I guess Mehu has played 2 matches each, and they won 1 match and lost 1. So we have a very surprising points table right now. So the top 6 players, they're all tied on points each.
Okay, so looks like the round 2 has started between Mehudi and Asopa, and Asopa has introduced a princess into his deck. Releases it behind his king tower.
Maybe is still
Still
has 10
waiting.
elixir, waiting for the right moment.
Oh, but is that a really good placement though? Oh, that okay. Okay, so on both sides, it looks like Asopa's push has sort of failed, I would say. With the bowler from Mehudi just making the long walk and trying to bring down the tower with his big boulders. Again, a very, I wouldn't say bad placement of the skeleton army, but right? He could have gotten much more damage out of them than just being destroyed by one boulder. He did manage to bring down like almost a fourth of Asopa's tower's HP, but again, we'll just have to wait and see how well it's going to work for him. So even though he bolted the minion army, the tower is not able to kill it because it got distracted by the miner. But again, neither push has done much damage. Looks like both of the players are still feeling each other out, trying to get a hold of what's going on in the game, trying to understand all the cards. And Mehudi has just revealed his final card, which is a poison, and which is a well-placed poison, I might add. Almost 20 seconds until double elixir. Right now, I would say Mehudi is in the lead. No? Asopa does have a couple of elixir over him, but looks like again both of them are waiting each other out. Asopa dropping down his princess behind the tower again. How much do you want to bet that princess is not going to do much damage?
Yeah, he has his zap spell, so it's an easy zap spell, and the minions are also coming. So I think he uses the zap spell, but is not able to get the minions or the princess.
That's quite a bit of elixir commitment. I counted 12 elixir, right? 12 elixir from Asopa. 12 elixir from Asopa, but not much damage coming out from all of that. While Mehudi's poison keeps destroying the towers. Like look at that, it's at 1200 now, and the other tower is at 1429. I think Asopa is in some trouble. I think about 30 seconds into the overtime, and we're that princess going down, that ice wizard's going down the knight for a while. So, I don't know, man. Looks like Asopa is just minion army, skeleton army, right? But we might see the left tower going down this time, much to our surprise. I would think the tower that's at 704 HP would go down first, but this is ESL India Premiership and Clash Royale. You never know what happens.
No, the poison spell and the minor, that tower is going down.
That tower's going down. I guess we can give the first. Oh! That's okay. So looks like Mehudi might actually. Okay, no, the minor. The same combo again. We saw the minor creeping underground towards the tower, and that's it. End of story.
But you just missed the thing. Like Asopa was at the Mehudi's tower, the left tower was at 13 HP.
It's a 13 HP. I saw the Goblin Battle going down, but ultimately,
it was a close game.
It was a close game.
Well fought. Well played, guys.
So, quick look at the scores so far. Looks like Mehudi has beaten him 2-0. And today's Clash Royale match goes to Mehudi. And what was his real name, if I may ask?
Dippak Mehta.
Dippak Mehta. Oh, he just sort of switched around his letters, did he?
Wordplay.
Wordplay, yeah, that's it. So that was a really good game, guys. This has been Manoj Supergola, and this is
Rishabh Pagadbilla Vora.
So if you really like our casting, or if you just want to spam trash talk at us, please follow me on Twitter at SuperXL, as well as I'm on Facebook at Manoj Supergola.
While you can follow me on Twitter as Pagadbilla, you can also find me on Facebook as Pagadbilla. I'm Pagadbilla everywhere.
Pagadbilla everywhere. And before we say bye-bye, I'd like to thank our sponsors again, Omen by HP, Zoe, and HyperX. This has been Nodwin Gaming, bringing the Premiership to you. So if you want to just tweet about us, use the hashtag
ESL Premiership and mention
Alright, welcome back everybody to the ESL India 2017, the ESL India Premiership 2017, day 4 of the live stream of the best teams of the best games. Now, we just got done with Clash Royale between Dippak Mehta and Vikram Asopa. Now Dippak Mehu Mehta won the previous game which you just saw on the live stream 2-0. Congratulations Dippak, we hope that you go farther than just today's game and you win many more games as and when they come by your way. We really understand that you're trying to make a comeback, but boy, you don't have to pull off a Rohit Shetty left, right, center in game, man. Okay, hard luck, Mr. Vikram Asopa. We hope that you make a comeback just like Dippak and make every single Indian Clash Royale gamer community proud. Okay, so now moving on, people, let me also remind you that if you want to converse with us, we are on various social media. You can tweet using our handle at the rate ESL_India, and we'll definitely get your tweets featured onto the live stream. Also, don't forget that we have a Facebook page, ESL India, where you can write to us, converse with us, share with us your opinions, your views, and your comments. Also, remember that this live stream is happening on the Facebook page of ESL India and the YouTube gaming channel of ESL India itself. Now, moving on with the course of things, people, once again, let me mention and welcome you to the day 4 of the ESL India Premiership 2017, brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX, Zowie by BenQ, and organized by Norvin Gaming. My name is Vagish Godslayer Pan, and I'll be taking you through each and every game as and when it happens. Now, moving on to the game 2 of the day 4, people, we have two amazingly astounding teams in the offing here. We have one team whom you saw yesterday. Yes, I'm talking about the team all the way from Chennai. Kuroko no Dota, people. Now, this is an amalgamation of two different teams. One, the older version of the Kuroko no Dota team, and one Orampo team, which is another team hailing from Chennai, and they have basically mixed both the players together to form a new revamped V2.0 version of Kuroko no Dota. They were a part of the Challenger 2 in Bengaluru, and they were a part of the Masters itself. Now, moving on, they'll be facing off this team called Standin 5. Now, they are based out of Bombay, and they again are one of those few teams who are known to not buckle under pressure. So, will it be Kuroko no Dota or will it be Standin 5? Who knows? Well, that's for the teams to play and find out for themselves. We're going to be joined by casters Vivek Venkatraman and Nishant Cloud X Patel. I don't know why every single time I say Nishant Cloud X Patel, the word Cloud X just like goes like blah 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 in my mouth. So welcome gentlemen, and welcome everybody who's joining us on this live stream. Remember, this is the ESL India 2020 Premiership 2017, and you're watching these games live as and when they happen. Cheers.
Personalize the way you see everything. And then conquer. Exclusive Black Equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes. Adjust the angle effortlessly for maximum comfort.
Turn around 3 times. Start shooting.
As he watches through the door, the smile pulls in more and more. Wicked thoughts shape wicked ways, while we all crave.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for another matchup for the ESL India Premiership. It's the summer phase that we're in right now. Phase 1 of the summer season, actually, for the Masters League. Kuroko is going to be taking on Standin 5. I'm CloudX from AFK Gaming, and with me I've got Gambit joining in. Vivek, unfortunately, has died. How's it going, Gambit?
What's up, man? It's going well. Finally back with Phase 2. We did a little bit of Phase 1 and finals as well. So excited to see what's in store for Phase 2 and not Phase 2, I'm sorry, Season 2.
Yeah.
And looks like they've switched up the format a little bit. We have only the top level teams playing on stream, so no boring one-sided affairs for our viewers to see.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got teams from Nepal, teams from Bangladesh, teams from India, of course, all participating in the Masters League. Pretty much all of these guys, if not all, most of these guys have made it to a LAN in the last season of the ESL India Premiership. So there are teams that have now come armed with a bit more experience under their belts. It's really, I believe it is going to be a closely contested match here. We've got Kuroko versus Standin 5. Kuroko, yesterday we saw them losing up against the Nepal League team. That is 3C4DA, 3 cheers for Divine Ascension. They actually ran a core silencer. Zap played a mid silencer that game. Questionable choice, to be honest, and one that didn't pay dividends. Standin 5, however, I think their first run-in was with Entity Esports. I may be mistaken, memory.
It was. Their first run was with Entity Esports and they got battered in the first.
Yeah, but and I mean, let's be honest here. Entity Esports are the big boys, are the top dogs in this bracket.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, no one's expecting them to drop any games. Maybe the Council can push them to the edge, but again, Council also lost the game, which I saw at least. So, yeah, they're not looking too sharp. They've changed up their positions as well, as far as I could remember.
So just to give a quick rundown of what the format is like, granted it is a little bit complicated as opposed to normal formats that we've had in Indian tournaments, but I personally do believe that this is one of the best formats that Indian esports could ever experience. You've got 3 tiers. It's essentially a long-term league that's spread out over the entire year. You've got 3 tiers in the league: the starter, which you can count as the amateur league; you've got the challenger, which is the semi-pro league; and then you've got the masters, which is the pro league. At the end of each phase, you have a playoff session where the bottom teams from the Masters will then face off versus the top teams of the Challenger, and only the victors will get promoted, the losers will get relegated. At the end of 3 such phases, the teams that still remain in the Masters League will then make it to the LAN finale, which is really where they get an opportunity to cement their names in Indian esports history. For more information about the format, of course, you can always head over to the ESL India Premiership website. I believe it is pro.eslgaming.com/India. Pretty sure someone in the chat will be able to give you guys the links. But for now, Kuroko and Dota are going to open up with the Warlock as their first pick.
10 seconds remaining.
What do you think are the chances that there's only one team which
5
picks up
seconds
all
remaining.
3 seasons rather than it being split evenly between different teams?
Reserve time.
I think that it's very top heavy, the organizations and the teams which are there in India right now, or which are playing in the ESL for that matter. They're a little top heavy, I
True.
would say. Maybe some new teams haven't been announced, and there is always entity esports.
Yeah.
So,
But I mean, I guess that's the other way of looking at it is you have a full year to take down the best teams
yeah,
in the
that's
country,
true.
right?
That's true. And you're going to be playing them multiple times, 3 phases within just 1 season.
Exactly.
So you're going to be playing them a lot.
The way I see it is if you can't beat them by the end of the season,
Yeah.
you're not even going to come close no matter how hard you try in Dota. This really is the proving grounds for teams looking to be in the top tiers of Indian Dota. For Standin 5, they're going to take away the silencer from Kuroko and Dota. They probably watched yesterday's game and know that silencer falls into their comfort. So
5 seconds
either that
remaining.
or it's just the fact that silencer isn't too shabby versus the Warlock. The chaotic offering and the global silence cooldowns almost in sync. Silencer with a slight 30-second advantage in that department.
Yeah, and what's surprising is that Kuroko and Dota, they went for a first phase ban on the Treant. But Standard 5, they completely ignored the other 2 similar picks, which is the Monkey King and the
10
Rikimaru.
seconds remaining.
Not to mention the Earth Spirit.
Yeah, not to mention the Earth Spirit, maybe all the teams don't run it as much. But the Rikimaru and Monkey King are definitely the hot picks in the current meta. Vision seems to be what everyone's going for, and the Treant, finally the Ricky ban does come out actually.
Yeah.
Radiant
But
team's
Monkey King
turn
is still in
back.
the pool.
I guess the Ricky also does have synergy with the Darkseer, right? That cheeky Invis Ion Shell strat that,
Oh, yeah.
as gimmicky as
Oh,
it
yeah.
is effective in the early to mid-game phase. Kuroko no Doro, they've got themselves
10 seconds
the Juggernaut
remaining.
as the 3rd ban. What do they go with as their next core? They're looking for a mid, a carry, and a secondary support. Their secondary support should be a roaming hero, given that Warlock is
Reserve
possibly
time.
one of the best babysitters in the game right now.
Yep, but what if Standard 5 choose to go for an aggressive lane? That's
Dire
where the
ban.
issues will come in for a hero like Warlock. He's not so great defensively. He can't really do anything if he's gone on. No real escape mechanism either. But I think since I believe these teams have played each other before as well,
Radiant team's
quite a few
turn to
times,
pick.
at least last season. So they should be aware of each other's tendencies and habits. And I don't recall any of the teams running an aggressive try. So I doubt that that's going to be a scenario here.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a co-silencer though.
10 seconds remaining.
I think it's too soon to tell though, but if it not
5 seconds remaining.
the more I look at this lineup, the less I think it's a core silencer. You've got a Magnus, you want to have a melee core in your ranks for that empower
You're
buff.
using up your reserve time.
Probably don't want to run the mid silencer because there's way too many ways to punish that.
Yeah, and I think that's something which Kuroko Dodo didn't realize. They banned out the Sven. Generally not a hero you pick with Magnus because he has that cleave. So not really the best synergy in that sense. They still have the PA which they can pick up. What is in the pool? Slark, not the best with the cleave. Even Lifestealer is not so great with the cleave. So Juggernaut has been banned out. Probably the PA is the hero they'll be looking at here. Who can benefit from the cleave. Even for the Ogre.
I don't get the Sven ban though. To be
Yeah,
honest.
that's what I'm saying. The Sven ban seems weird because he's not a hero which synergizes at all with the. And he's going to have a very hard lane against Darkseer no matter what. Double Iron Shell at level 3 is something the Sven can't deal with.
Yeah, you really can't do squad against it. It's
Yeah.
all magic damage. Your Warcry doesn't help you.
Yeah.
And if you end up pushing out the wave, you're essentially giving the Darkseer
5
free
seconds
EXP.
remaining.
Yeah, and you generally have to throw the stun on the creeps a few times, which means you have no ganking
Yeah.
potential either.
Anyway,
Reserve
Ogre's going to be the
time.
third pick for Standin 5. There's their roaming support coming out. Ogre Silencer, also a good duo, a good support duo when you're trying to zone out an offlaner.
Yeah, I think Magnus and Ogre are a pretty potent offlane duo. They can actually harass out the Warlock quite a bit, get that ignite on him, and then run him down with some empower and some shockwave spam maybe.
It's definitely a possibility. I mean, if they do run this as a dual lane, I'm still leaning towards a mid Magnus in this situation. I'm also a little wary about what Kuroko no Dodo is going to do versus an empowered and a bloodlusted core on the side of Standin 5.
That's going to be a really, really strong hero. But I think there's only PA which is coming to my mind right now.
Yeah, the Phantom Assassin does. Well, the Slock is still in the pool and he does benefit from those two buffs as well.
Again, not the cleave so much, I would say. He's generally a hero who wants to pick up the Shadow Blade and start
Exactly.
moving
You want to
around
play that
rather than
cheeky
farm.
style rather than, the in-your-face PA style.
Yeah, the Silence is definitely a good hero against Warlock though, because you generally don't initiate with the Infernal drop. It's something which you drop in as a counter initiation, or once when someone initiates and to block off the backline, that's something you drop off. So as long as the Silencer is not caught in the initial whatever it is, vacuum, maybe the Earth Spirit stun, I think it's going to be
have an Earth Spirit play.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty hard game for the Warlock.
But what do you make of this Earth Spirit though? I mean, Ogre's fine, right? Versus the Earth Spirit.
I still think it's a pretty strong lane if they put Magnus and Ogre on the off lane. They can bully out Warlock and Earth Spirit. Maybe they won't have enough left in the tank to bully out the carry as well, but they can definitely put some real pressure on these two, prevent some stacking.
I agree with you. But then the issue is that the Silencer isn't enough to deal with the Darkseer in the offlane. The Silencer +1 isn't enough in that case. And Darkseer essentially gets a quick win.
And now they're pretty much forced into picking a melee core because they have the Magnus. So it's still hard. Even Silencer and Ogre can't really zone out.
You can zone out the Darkseer, but if he heads back under his tower and starts popping the iron shells, you can't do anything about it.
And you can't kill him though. That's the problem. Ogre and Silencer is really hard.
Perhaps with a Slock you can kill him, but
maybe.
Yeah, because then you've got double disables, right, with the Pounce and the Fire Blast. But
the problem with killing a Darkseer is generally you're always sitting at low HP because you're always farming under the iron shell. So it's always dicey when you want to go for the kill. Do you want to go for it? What if it's an Invoker? What if he pops a Sunstrike there? Okay, the Invoker comes for their side, but
Dire team's turn to pick.
Anyway, these are real possibilities when playing against Darkseer.
Yeah, that is honestly the only I would say worry factor here for me when I'm looking at Standin 5's draft. How are they going to be able to deal with the Darkseer? Because their lineup, apart from that one lane, is looking really good right now.
I mean, if the Spirit decides to stick mid, then Ember and Earth are definitely a duo that can take down the Invoker pretty easily.
That's true.
But I think Ogre should be there in case that happens.
The problem with that is an early point for the Invoker in the Tornado essentially gets rid of the Flame Guards. Kuroko no Dodo will have a harder time bringing down that Invoker if he just simply puts an early point into the Vex.
And I believe it's Pashu who plays the mech. I'm not too sure though.
Can't for the life of me remember, man.
Yeah. They go for the ban out on the Spectre. Did we see Spectre in the ESL yet?
Not that I recall. No, I don't think we have had a Spectre yet.
Yeah. But he's been pretty popular all over in the meta. Has had a decent win rate, more than decent I would say win rate on that hero. So Standin 5 recognize and ban him out.
Morphling ban, that indicates a possible Luna pick. Never mind, it's the anti-mage. And that I'm fairly confident that's what Standin 5 were going for themselves.
Yeah, Ember and anti-mage seem to be a very popular duo core that people seem to run nowadays.
I like it. I like Kuroko no Dodo's draft. I still don't think Standin 5 is heavily outdrafted here. Now it's making a lot more sense to actually run that dual lane with the Magnus and the Ogre. You can slow down the anti-mage's farm. It's really going to boil down to what they pick up as their final one position hero here for Standin 5.
It's the PA. They kind of got forced into it, I feel, with that first phase Magnus pickup. I think that kind of forced their hand to pick up a PA or something which can benefit from the cleave.
A melee carry, basically, yeah.
Well, Invoker, he's still pretty relevant at all stages of the game, so I think a lot of it is going to be on his, on the back of the Invoker. Just give us a sec, guys.
Invoker, well, I'm also looking at the Ogre and the Magnus in synergy with the Invoker's Alacrity on top of the Phantom Assassin. There's enough lockdown between the Magnus RP and the Fire Blast from the Ogre, but is that enough to deal with the Ember Spirit? If you whip your RP, you're essentially relying on an Ogre Magi stun to lock down the
10
Ember
seconds
Spirit.
remaining.
And that is up until you get the Abyssal Blade on the Phantom Assassin, or I don't know, possibly
5
a Scythe
seconds
of Vice
remaining.
on the Invoker or the Silencer. And sure, you've got the Global Silence, but I'm assuming the Ember's going to go for a Manta this game eventually.
And the anti-mage already has a Manta
Yeah,
in his normal
I mean,
build-up.
Yeah, exactly.
Ember may not have to go for a Manta. I've seen a lot of Ember Spirits pick up Yules.
Oh yeah, Yules is a possibility.
I think it's still a pretty hard game for the Silencer. Especially when he doesn't have the global, there's a lot of potential to run him down using the Ember and the anti-mage. And even the Earth Spirit.
Is it me or is this loading taking absurdly long?
Everyone selected the heroes, right? So yeah.
Alright, here we go.
In the game. But they can now run the Darkseer Iron Shell onto the Earth Spirit. And that is something which is pretty nice. They can harass the Invoker a little bit with that.
For those of you that are just tuning in, by the way, you're watching the ESL India Premiership. It is the summer season that we're in now, the phase 1 of the summer season. This tournament is organized by Nodwin Gaming, sponsored by Omen by HP, HyperX, and Zawi. I'm CloudX. With me, I've got Gambit. We're from AFK Gaming, and you're watching Kuroko no Doro take on Standin 5 in the Masters League. Standin 5. Let's start off with the introductions here. You've got 1, 2, 3 handling that Invoker. Silence are going to be handled by Disruption. Ice is going to be handling that Phantom Assassin. We've got Ogre Magi being played by RC. Ogre Magi being played by Pashu, and RC is going to be handling the Magnus.
Okay then, and if you look at the Invoker, he doesn't have any tangos to start off with. I believe someone's going to pull it to him. He has 3 branches here, so someone should come and pull it to him. He's going to pick up a salve as well, I believe, from that rune which he gets in the level at 0 minute mark.
Well, on the other side, since we've got a pause, it's going to be Zap. That is Pulse of Hell going to be handling the Ember Spirit. His earthly brethren, aka the Earth Spirit, will be handled by Dot. Anti-Mage in the hands of Devil. Warlock will be played by K7, and Darkseer will be played by Parker. Of course, the great Indian pause has happened. It is tradition, of course, to hit that F9 button the moment the game gets underway.
Will anyone TP in aggressively to get any wards down? Yeah, there is a Flynn ward, I believe. Is that blocking off any camp?
Yes, sir.
Don't believe that it is.
No, I don't think it's blocking any camps.
That's not blocking any camps.
Maybe this one, I'm not
I don't think
certain. Once the game resumes, the indicators start working, so we'll have to wait for that.
It's probably just the vision to prevent any loop around from the 2 supports. I still think it's okay for the Darkseer. He's gonna have a pretty comfortable lane. He can just shuffle between the two jungle camps and the lane, and he's gonna have a pretty standard timing on his items here.
Parker, meanwhile, he's going for the Iron Talon straight off the bat here. He has no intention of sticking around in this lane any longer. But I wonder if this is actually going to be the Earth Spirit trying to score an early kill at the bottom or applying pressure on the Phantom Assassin for the first few levels.
Yeah.
Because it's already hard enough to zone out the Darkseer like we talked about, but with an Earth Spirit there, there's actually kill potential on that Silencer.
And there's a lot of scope for efficiency in this game with that cleave coming online pretty early. I mean, you should be maxing it. That's generally the skill you max on the Magnus. So I will be looking at the supports of Standin 5 to get some stacking done. Because Phantom Assassin does need a lot of farm to survive the burst that is coming out from the Ember and the Darkseer. So a lot of magic damage, something which PA is not necessarily good against. Plus he needs to output some damage and get some damage items himself. Which means he'll need to power farm using that cleave. So stacking will be really essential for the side of Standin 5.
Yeah, without a doubt, man. Is there a way to contest these stacks though? Looks like there isn't. At least not until the Anti-Mage gets a Battle Fury online. So early stacks will be useful for Standin 5.
The Magnus pick seems to be really, might really just work out. 4 melee heroes on the side of 3C4DA. No. Kuroko no Dota. My bad.
Yeah.
Kuroko no Dota. They have 4 melee heroes, so yeah. There might be some opportunities to see some really big RPs here. I think once there's a big RP, it's pretty much the fight is pretty much over because if PA blinks in with the cleave, there's really nothing you'll be able to do.
Battle.
Well, Pashu. I like that he started with the Orb of Venom instead of going for boots, etc. He is looking to apply some pressure at least on the early game. I expect this is for the middle laner. Probably wants to go and piss off the Ember Spirit right from the get-go because I don't know if an Orb of Venom really adds value when you're going up against an off-lane Darkseer. That said,
Let's get moving.
he does have the Iron Shell to start with. He is indeed going to go back and Iron Shell up his creeps right from the start of the lane, or is he just blocking? Okay, looks like he's only blocking.
Yeah. He's going to spam out the Iron Shells from level 1. Has the clarity going as well, but I think he might be rotating to the jungle to pick up a fast level 3 before he actually tries to go and have any real impact on the lane.
Zap. This is the most annoying thing you can possibly experience when you're a middle laner. First of all, his block hasn't been as successful, so the creep wave is now on top of 1-2-3 slope, and then on the other side of the slope, you've got an overgrown creep here with 2 heads. He's already burning through his tangles, he's lost a lot of HP, and there's nothing he can do to Pashu here.
Yeah, missed out completely on that first wave here. 3 creeps and 2 denies for the Invoker. Should have got the 4th creep as well, but kind of missing out there.
Up top, Magnus is up against Devil in K7. Devil did start off with the mana break, so he can harass RC a little bit. He's already consumed to one of his tangles. One of his iron branches with his tangle. Dot. He's going to be eating Glaives of Wisdom. Courtesy the Silencer. No first blood just yet. If I were to put my money on it, I'd say first blood's going to happen at the middle lane. On the back of a rotation. I'm not too sure if it's going to be the Invoker that dies or the Ember Spirit, but it will be courtesy a rotation from one of these supports.
Yeah. I'm very surprised that the Earth Spirit is not rotating to the mid lane yet. I think he's waiting for the Ember to hit level 3, maybe 4, and then he wants to go for a kill on the Invoker. Invoker picks up a point in Vex as well, so... If he chooses to go for the... No, I don't think he can pick up the Invis that early. He has to split up his XP really evenly then.
Watch for the Rolling Boulder though. He does have the line for it, and I mean they have enough mana for the Searing Chains and the Flame Guard. Probably just waiting for level 3 before they do it. He's got level 3. He puts the second point into the Flame Guard. They miss with the Rolling Boulder. 1-2-3 should be going down here. He doesn't have a Fairy Fire. No boulders needed, just the Orb of Venom slow.
I think he would have just triple vexed and walked away from them. There was a haste on the top rune as well. Maybe he didn't have vision, but he could have... I believe he could have triple vexed and walked away from the top.
1% movement speed? Nah, I don't think so. I think he was done for. I mean, it was worth a shot at least.
Yeah. He was definitely not going to survive by walking up the hill again.
Yeah.
The rune of haste.
First Earth Spirit rotation does work out, that means so. That's always it always inspires a lot of confidence when you're playing Earth Spirit when that works out.
Yeah, absolutely. They might just get another one this time. It could be Zap that goes down, but he has that haste tool. Sunstrike successfully dodged there by Zap.
Yeah.
In fact, is he actually sticking around for a potential kill here?
No.
He might go down here. That's the Orb of Venom slow kicking in. The Ignite is there as well. Fairy Fire will only delay the inevitable. Can he get to the shrine in time? One more hit, he goes down. Pashu returns the favor. And Ogo continues to be a pest.
Overstaying is welcome quite a bit. Just because you have a haste doesn't mean you rule the world, buddy. That's just unneeded aggression there.
Uncharacteristic mistake coming out from a team that's among the top 8.
Yeah, but if you look at the top lane quickly, Magnus is having a torrid time. He's sitting at 2 last hits. I think this is the time where you... Yeah, he's got the Iron Talent.
This is the time where you just grab every bounty rune at the 2-minute mark.
Just tell your team, sorry guys, anti-mage is picking up a 13-minute, 11-minute Battle Fury. I'm moving to the jungle.
I'm done, boys.
We'll deal with him later.
No team send supports.
Yeah. That's probably what you say at this point.
How's the PA doing? 24 last hits, not so far behind that anti-mage, but at this point I think shutting down the anti-mage is a higher priority than giving your PA the farm.
No, I think it's a trade you'll have to take because you can't leave the PA alone. And if the Magnus is not being able to do it, you just sacrifice.
Oh, Boulder off the mark again. This time they wouldn't have got the kill anyway. He had the Ghost Walk ready.
That actually hurts him quite a bit. He has no mana on the left in the lane as well.
Yeah, it really is.
And he had to skill up all the three, Crossbacks and the Exort, which means he'll not be able to max up one pretty soon. He'll have a delayed Force Spirit.
I think that's alright though. That is more or less the standard build, so you can get at least 1 point in the alacrity to help you farm up.
No, I think he'll go double. Oh, he's got triple Exort.
Yeah, he's got triple Exort.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
That's
attack.
here. Doing the pest again. Doesn't have enough mana for a secondary Ion Shell. Baka. He's gonna have to pop the mana for the Surge just for good measure. No, he wasn't sure where the Silencer was. Kind of is justified to blow your mana on the Surge there. The Shrine has been used as well. Meanwhile, Magnus just cosplaying as an Observer Ward. he's so dead. His Q is not gonna come back online. He's not gonna get enough mana. Now they're just toying with it. They're playing with their food.
This is the slowest and the most painful death. He just stood on the low ground and burned into death. Such a slow death. Nobody even reacted to that for some reason. Yeah, but is it just me or does it feel weird that the Silencer or the Over has no last? Has nobody been pulling in this lane?
Apparently, no, they haven't.
Has the lane pushed out that much by the Iron Shell?
I guess that is normal, right? That's what usually does happen.
I mean, they should be getting some space now, considering the Darkseid has no mana to go.
Go, make the blink. You could probably get the kill here. If nothing, you'll get him to extend the curse. I'm not sure why he held on to it. I didn't get mad at the fog of war in this general area.
I think it was.
Made watch Pashu. There's the rolling boulder with the searing chains. I believe they should have detection this time around. No, they come without detection. They'll get the kill, but they're gonna end up losing Zap's life anyway, as Dot will be next on the hit list. It's a double kill for the Silencer's rotation. And you know what? I think it's worth it for Standin 5. They get the extra intelligence on the Silencer as well.
It is worth. I mean, they have to take it as it comes, but Invoker falling early twice, it hurts quite a bit. He needs that Midas up and running. When the Midas is on cooldown, maybe you die, it's fine. You still accept it, but without the...
Zap, he's been pinged out, they know that he's here. He's got 2 more Remnant charges. What was that rolling boulder? He didn't even get close to him. Zap might just drop again. Look at the damage he's taken. What is this decision making? This is very questionable from KND. More stolen intelligence for the Silencer. They'll trade their Ogre Magi for a kill on the Ember Spirit all day, every day. Now the scores are level, 4-4.
Yeah, a little bit too much of aggression coming out from the Ember Spirit, dying twice, feeding away an unnecessary kills just for some damage on Ogre. Not really worth it here. But Anti-Mage, he's been having a great time, sitting at 53 and 27. He's gonna pick out the Battlefield pretty soon. Oh, he's actually completed the treads first.
Yeah, that's alright, I guess. Efficiency, man.
Yeah. As the Magnus rotated completely in the jungle, he looks to be...
He's just stitched the lane altogether.
I think this is the right decision. He can't do anything in the lane. Might as well get something out of the jungle.
Watch this though. Dot doesn't want to leave him. In fact, he's gonna get a kill here. He's got enough Stone Remnant charges to make this work.
No,
I could have scored that kill. I'm not too sure why he didn't go in.
I think he was scared that he'd just walk up to the high ground and activate the shrine.
Or you could have just kicked him onto the cliff again.
Oh, was that what happened? I thought he skewered on.
Yeah, I think he skewered onto the cliff the last time around. Meanwhile, look at this.
Easy.
Man. So cheeky.
He's not walking to the ogre though.
She's gonna drop the ignite. Can they score this kill though? He's got a meteor and the alacrity invoked. Casual kick away, and then the meteor's gonna whiff and completely airball. They will get the kill on the Earth Spirit, but Zap gets the return kill. He's going forward further. Disruption has phase boots while Zap is almost out of mana. The curse gets dropped, slowing his movement speed further, while those phase boots allow him to skirt on out of there. Unconventional yet effective to pick up those phase boots. Now they're gonna kite around him and try and get the kill. Zap. Another last word will connect. He has the bottle charges, and that was with the DD rune though.
Yeah, these two supports have always had the upper hand in front of the Ember Spirit for some reason. They've actually baited him quite a bit. This is like the third time they managed to do so. This time Zap not falling for it.
What's he doing? He does have a remnant. Oh, the stone remnant not kicking in. Oh, it actually came on the Invoker. My mistake.
Yeah, it kind of hit him.
Yeah, it hit him and then it silenced him as well. So that I think that's the only reason he survives there. Sunstrike. Oh, he got him.
That is some next level prediction. There's no vision there as well.
Nailed it, man.
Yeah. Very lucky. Sunstrike, I would say.
Wait, I think he did have vision there. This is radiant vision. So.
He does. He does have vision.
Yeah, he has vision.
I think that vision is because he's on the high ground though right now.
Yeah.
And he did the
Either
Sunstrike.
way, he gets the kill. I think that's what's important. Meanwhile, take a look at the anti-mage.
Darkseer is pretty low though. He might fall.
Oh.
Yeah, he does.
My bad, guys. More intelligence for the silencer. He's at 10 additional intelligence now. This is
10 intelligence at 10 minutes in.
He's hitting like a truck already, and he's really mobile.
He went for the phase boots as well. Oh man.
I've never seen this. I don't think I've ever seen this, man. Support silencer with phase boots.
He's hit the level 6 pretty early as well. Is Darkseer level 6 though?
Yeah, that's it. But still, that's a support keeping pace with an off-laner.
Yeah. And how many kills does the silencer have? Is he sitting at 2? I believe.
He's at 4, 0 and 1.
He's sitting at 4 kills. That's
and 1 assist.
Man, he has more kills than he has last hits. That's
talk about high impact.
Yeah. Phase boots.
Phase boots OP, man. Yeah.
Is he going for 8 or something? Why does he want so much damage?
I mean, it's working, right? He's managed to keep away from the Ember Spirit. He would have actually given up his tree had he not had those phase boots the last time around. So they are paying for themselves.
I mean, someone needs to go for a hood though on the side of Standin 5. I thought it was going to be the silencer, but it looks like it's not.
I mean, he could still go for it eventually. If not an entire hood, he could always get the Glimmer Cape.
Yeah. I generally don't say it, but I generally feel that this is one of the games that silencer could have picked up a Midas and made work with it, instead of going for the phase boots. But it did secure him 4 kills, so again, I can't complain too much.
Not sure what this pause is about though. It's just okay, there's a mouse problem for silencer apparently. Maybe that's why he bought the phase boots. Misclick.
Misclick phase boots. I don't think that's ever happened to anyone. Why would he even have blades of attack queued up? That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Okay, we are ready to go. Kuroko no Doro. They are fighting from behind, but only marginally so. 500 gold in EXP. It's nothing at this point, really.
I think there has been a back and forth exchange in the game, but I think who suffered the most is the Invoker, who really needs that Midas timing to actually start making any impact in the game.
Yeah, but he kind of pulled back a bit with that kill.
A little bit, definitely. But 10 minutes in, you definitely want to have your Midas.
At this point, it's probably going to be like a 12 minute.
And the loss is pretty exponential for the case of Invoker. Because the earlier you pick up, the faster you run, but the later you pick up, the slower you.
Yeah. I mean, basically, the earlier you pick up your Midas, the quicker you get to level 15, where you get the bonus XP gain talent. So it's like Invoker really has become one of those snowball-based heroes. Just like the LC and his early dual kills, you need the early Midas on the Invoker to keep growing faster. Ice and Disruption still hanging around the bottom lane here. They managed to get just the Blightstone on the PA with his own phase boots picked up now. There should be a Desolator rush. I don't see any reason to actually go for the Vlads first and then into the Deso. You want that physical damage to deal with the anti-mage throughout the mid-game phase, especially when he starts putting a few more points into the spell shield.
Yeah, he might have some benefits in picking up the buckler, not the buckler, the headdress, considering that he's up against the Darkseer. But yeah, he might even go for the Desolator. He wants to be start getting active. Maybe start farming the jungle with the Empower. That's why he's rushing the Desolator as fast as he can.
Do we have any stacks here on the ancient camps? Nope, not a single stack laid out right now. I guess post the 15-minute mark is when Standin 5 will start stacking up creeps.
Yeah, still the disconnect coming out from the Invoker.
Very ambitious queue there for the Magnus. Blink, 4-star. Why didn't you add a refresher orb in there as well, my friend?
Yeah. I mean, it's still okay because there are 4 melee heroes, so and shouldn't be whipping any RPs.
Irony at its finest, man. He's queued up all these expensive items and then his bank balance is just below that. 15 bucks. Even Varapa's cost more today.
You should have started off the jungle from level 1.
He is level 6 though, so they might... I mean, with a smoke rotation from the Silencer and the Ogre, they could definitely score a kill on the anti-mage, I think.
Yeah, actually, I think that's... You don't even need the Silencer to rotate in. He can just pop a global silence, and with the Sunstrike and RP, I think they should have some damage. They
should be quite an easy kill actually, but for that, the Invoker needs mana. If the Invoker wants mana, he has to go back to base. Okay, his shrine is still filled up, so he can do that.
He's too far away though, so I don't think that's the play they'll be going for.
It'll take a while though. I mean, Devil doesn't look like he's going anywhere. He's just going to continue farming on this top lane, right? Might as well just... You have one of the longest pauses that the ESL in the Premiership has seen yet. You might as well just strategize and try and figure out how you're going to put this early... Well, not early, but this relatively early level 6 on the Magnus to use.
Let's put on the charts quickly and we'll have a look at who's actually getting it. Yeah, I think
it's still 500 in favor of.
Yep, I think really significant. Generally, this is the time you see the gold and the XP ramping up for Invoker. For the side with Invoker at least, but it doesn't have it, so. Gift me Invoker set. Send a couple of sets this way as well, man. If you're gifting people. Okay, he's back. He's gifted us with.
We don't reject we really don't reject gifts, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, everything is welcome. We will accept them with gratitude and you will receive our love in return.
Less flaming on while casting as well.
Yes. Let us know. I mean, you can bribe us as casters. Yeah. You can bribe us with in-game items and we'll flame you less in your next match. Just messing with you guys. Anyway, KND's gonna pop a smoke. They're gonna take Zap along for the ride this time around, and it looks like they want the Invoker. Another death here will be extremely painful, and they will get the chains. There's the tornado coming out. 1, 2, 3. Gonna get stunned anyway. The global silence get popped, and now they're gonna try and turn it around. I like how Zap has just turned tail and run through the top side, but he's not going too far either, because the PA has entered the party.
That is
not bad at all.
That's really. That's really good coming out from the side of Standin 5. That global silence had so much value as well. He waited till the last moment to pop it when he realized that the Invoker was not going down. So, a real value global silence and
real value TP rotation from the one position as well. Yeah. Not every day you see the one position TPing out and going for kills.
Yeah. And I think the 4-0 silencer does add to that quite a bit. Having that early level 6 definitely helps in this case.
Well, remember, Standin 5 still has the RP available, so if they still want to make that play that we spoke about earlier, they most definitely can.
But again, the global silence is off cooldown, and without that, it's a... you might not want to use your RP. It's not a guaranteed kill.
Nice. Not going to be able to find the kill there. Dot should be able to make a clean escape.
Yeah, he does. The Ogre, he's been roaming around, but he's not had a lot of impact in the last couple of minutes. He was involved in a lot of kills in the early game, but kind of fallen off, I believe, a little bit. How's the Warlock so poor though? He's had a free lane, and then he should have just been stacking and pulling.
Yeah, we haven't actually panned to the Warlock for a while now. J7's got himself.
He's good for the Midas.
I mean, they have the chaotic offering now. Do they? Is this the moment when they group up and try and make a play and said, "Oh, the Sunstrike"? It's gonna find Barker. Another one in the bag for Standin 5.
Bot lane, there has been an attempt to go on the Earth Spirit, but he managed to rolling boulder away safely. No attempt for any tower yet. 12 minutes in, generally you see someone with the tower. Oh, Invoker. A nice save, getting the TP off in time. Finally has the Midas as well, so.
I'm still keeping my eyes peeled on this top lane, man. I think it is time to pop that kill on Devil with the RP. But it's KND that's trying to be aggressive here. They're going to rotate in Dot. There's the jump forward from Devil. They're trying to hold him off there. Rolling Boulder comes through. This is a good opportunity to drop the Infernal, and indeed he'll drop it. It connects on both. They will not get the kill on RC, who's now skewered Devil all the way in. But the Mana Void will blow him up.
He just ran out of mana after he used the skewer. He couldn't RP. Well tried from the Magnus there.
1, 2, 3. I'm not sure what prompted him to Sunstrike to the right there.
It's a little bit off. Little bit. But the anti-mage, he's been left alone, and he's actually pulled quite a bit ahead. Considering he doesn't have the Battle Fury yet, he's far ahead of the PA. He's over a K ahead.
Another jump in. Disruption waiting in the wings with the global silence. Ember's probably going to go down once again. They did have the last word. 14 stolen intelligence. You can't be kidding me, man. This guy is getting huge. Sunstrike, it's not going to do enough damage, but the crit is there. Ice jumps forward and Silencer makes people stupider once again with 16 stolen intelligence.
and this is going to hurt people. Not just the damage coming from the silencer, but the reducing mana pool from these intelligence heroes. This is actually going to bite them in the ass.
Ember's already a hero that has mana problems. It's bad enough that there's a silencer on the other team, that alone a very successful one.
And very impressive rotations coming up from the PA. Rotated twice, made them work both times. So very impressive stuff. Knowing when to be aggressive and when to be passively farming. PA definitely on the mark here. Still no RP usage 14 minutes into the game. We finally see one happening.
Devil. RP not even hesitating to commit it there. Completely worth it to blow up the anti-mage. K7 can take his life and make a break for it. Standin 5 will come back for the tower.
Yeah, they've taken on the mid tower as well, so I think that's the first tower which went down in the game. Yeah, I believe that it is. Is the Blink Dagger online for Magnus? He uses RP, so it doesn't really matter.
No, it's still a while to go.
Is he going for the first top first though?
Maybe it's just a casual rig of region.
They're beating on Dire's top tower. Radiant's middle tower shouldn't have to take this abuse.
Well, they're going to try and trade tower for tower here, but Zap, that is the Ember Spirit, really isn't the ideal candidate to be pushing.
They actually have no tower hitters other than the anti-mage, and he's not yet quite ready.
Good on the Phantom Assassin. Okay then.
Ooh. I mean, I did say that somebody needs to build a hood.
Maybe. I mean, I bet you weren't thinking of the Phantom Assassin, man. Come on.
I actually thought it was going to be a Desolator into a BKB, and then a Vlad, maybe.
Well, 1, 2, 3. At least they're going to try and find some kills here. Zap has that Veil online, and he does have that level 10 amplification talent as well.
Was the Midas on cooldown? That is the real question here.
10 seconds to go, so.
A little bit of time wasted, but
20 seconds wasted. Baka, will there be a crit? Will RNGesus bless thee? Yes, he will. In fact, twice he will.
Honestly, this has been a very low impact Invoker game. He's got a few Sunstrike kills. He got that blind Sunstrike on the Ember, but he's died more than his fair share, and that's actually set Standin 5 far back quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean,
they could have been much more ahead at this point.
K&D are really fighting back. They're finding pick-off after pick-off. They're taking objectives now.
Yeah.
They're getting some work done. In fact, I think they should be, they're actually pulling the net worth graph right back in their favor. Standin 5 are losing whatever little advantage they had managed to rack up. And most of it is because the anti-mage has picked up his Battle Fury.
They got a pretty high value kill on the Silencer as well. Getting a streak onto the Earth Spirit here.
That's 18 stolen intelligence, man. As time progresses and he gets more points in the Glaives of Wisdom, as a support he's going to be doing a lot more damage than he should.
Yeah, and he realizes that he can transition into a core, and he's picked up the Midas. So yeah, gotta give him props for recognizing that as well.
Who could turn away from this battle?
Well, Magnus still struggling to get that Blink Dagger online, but he's not that far away from it now. We're also seeing his teammates giving him farm priority in the middle lane. K&D does have a few aggressive walls placed down, particularly this one behind the tier 1 tower. That's gonna allow them to set up some kills here and watch for TP rotations, but
very surprising that none of the teams have decided to use smoke. Generally by the 17-minute mark, you see teams using at least one, if not two smokes, and both sides actually have this have the correct lineups for making these smoke rotations work. Especially Standin 5, they can bait with the Invoker somewhere, and then they can use the rest of the heroes to smoke and go for a gank. They still have the Sunstrike damage coming in, so I'm really surprised no smoke rotations yet from any of the teams. But this is where it gets scary for Standin 5. They know that the Battle Fury is online for anti-mage.
Yeah, you're essentially on a clock now.
More than I think it's a mental pressure that look, he's farming with the Battle Fury, he's getting more and more ahead of the PA here.
And PA on the other hand went back for the Hood of Defiance. It's good versus the Ember Spirit, sure, but it's not really adding to her firepower. But there's the full Desolator now complete. And here we go, zapped, he's gonna get hit to the silence. There's no RP committed. The global silence a tad bit too late there. Very questionable again coming out from Standin 5, but they will secure the kill nonetheless. Ice is on the hunt. Deso, Empower, everything in his arsenal. Ready and raring to go. He's going for Dot. Dot's making a break for it towards the top side of the map. He's gonna get away here. He doesn't have mana for anything else. He's down for the count, giving Ice the double kill.
Yeah, a lot of this game is running on the back of Ice here. more or less all the kills they've gotten in the last 5 minutes have been on the back of ice.
Beautiful stuff. Standin 5 are just walking all over KND. This is the one-man show really, with Ice just leading the charge. And look at this, the cheeky silencer walks in to steal some more intelligence over there. 4 down on the side of, actually all 5 down, right? The anti-mage died a little earlier as well, so that's essentially a team wipe in favor of Standin 5.
I don't think the anti-mage died.
He did. PA ran him down.
No, that was the Ember Spirit.
Was it? Oh yeah, right. It's the Ember Spirit. Anti-mage continues to pound.
Yeah. But at this rate, I don't think the anti-mage can carry the game alone, especially with the RP, the global and the PA. It's going to be really hard. Who do you prefer in the late game? I think Standin 5 has the definite advantage. RP, global silence.
Yeah,
these skills will never lose value.
I do agree, but I think the one thing that they've got going for them on the side of KND is the Dark Sea Wall. To turn the PA strength up against him. But it is essentially a PA without, an illusion of a PA without buffs versus the fully buffed PA with the Empower, Bloodlust and possibly an Alacrity.
And we still haven't seen a full-blown team fight where the RP comes into play. So once that comes online with the Empower on the PA, you should see some really interesting stuff. Maybe critting down 2-3 heroes at the same time. But it's not really happened till now.
What's next for the Phantom Assassin? She's going for the Mehta style by the looks of it. Yay or nay? Tough call, right?
Yeah, it's a
I mean,
tough call.
it's on
He
the
needs
one hand,
damage for sure.
I mean, on the one hand, it's mobility and it's good versus the Earth Spirit Silence, but on the other hand, Fatal Bonds, really good versus Illusions.
I think that hood pickup kind of makes her feel like she doesn't need a BKB. That's why she's not going.
But does she really need additional damage? I mean, she can just be survivable here and get augmented by the buffs behind her, right?
That is true. Mantis Cell is good in both ways, right? It's a defensive as well as an offensive item. So.
I like what Standin 5 are doing. They know they've got the advantage. They have the Aegis in tow. They're just pushing forward.
I think I would rather seen a diffusal.
I think he should be just swapping out that PMS with the Yasha though. Seems like a little lapse in concentration from
Maybe
Ice.
he'll do it in the shot. They're actually trying to go high ground here. They know that the anti-mage is still not at his full potential.
Yasha overrated, man. Look at the damage on this tower.
Whoa, that's gonna fall before they come in. There's no glyph as well. Just lost a free tower and the shrines are opened up now. Even if they don't get a racks, it's a huge advantage.
Oh, they're getting the racks. They've got the Aegis and now he swaps out that Yasha. There's a solo RP coming out on the AM. They'll pull him in closer. The global silence is there. The cold snap prevents him from blinking and despite popping the Mantis Style, he ends up going down and doesn't have a buyback. The drop is there. The Fatal Bonds, the vacuum perfectly executed here by Kuroko no Dodo. It's a triple kill for K7 and Ice looks like he's going to go down. But remember, he's got a secondary life. He's going to come back for round 2. And it's him versus K7 who's taken a Sunstrike and gone down as well. With a casual pause coming out here from Warlock. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean right now.
Sorry, he just died, casually paused to think about his death and he resumed the game. He spiked. Doesn't matter, you would have died anyway.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
Well then, that's a team wipe. The only survivor there was Ice and his Aegis and 1-2 without one. They will get a lane of barracks here and Standin 5 have essentially blown the map wide open for them to go taking shrines.
Yep, and I think the PA is far too ahead for anyone to contest her right now. She didn't have to pop the Aegis and she got 3 heroes. Really good stuff coming out from the Invoker though, catching out the correct illusion, the correct hero there in spite of the anti-mage popping the Manta.
I mean, the one thing that was super impressive for me was the vacuum.
But there was no wall.
There was no wall. That's the problem, right? I think that's one of the biggest problems there in that fight. That and of course the Aegis on Ice.
And even the RP wasn't really impressive. I mean, it got the job done. He pretty much has to only RP the Ember Spirit or the anti-mage, and he got the anti-mage there. So great stuff coming out from the Magnus there.
Well, you've got Zap now looking around, hoping to score this kill on 1-2-3. Devil is in the vicinity as well. They drop the Sunstrike, finding K7 elsewhere. K7 is almost certainly dead here. Let's look at the Invoker. Is he going to survive? He gets stunned, he gets silenced, he has a Yule, sends himself up into the air. The question is, can he ghost walk in time? It doesn't matter. They have the dust, but elsewhere, Baka ends up going down to Standin 5 as well. Ice gets himself a double kill.
Yeah, I think this is that point where you can't even show yourself on the map in front of the PA. She's just gonna use the dagger and you're immediately down to like half health. And what is the damage on her looking like with the Empower? Because I believe that goes through on the Stifling Dagger.
Well, just the Empower, she's got a total of 135 plus 151. Let's hold that thought as we watch Ember Spirit meet his sad demise.
He has to buy back as well. Look at how low he's sitting on the net worth chart. 4th from the bottom. That's just not going to cut it at this stage. And Global Silence still off cooldown. So they have that when they want to try and push the high ground there. I'm just going to wait for the Invoker to join them.
S5 are just out-muscling Kuroko and Dota at this point.
I think they put so much focus on the Invoker in the early game that with PA just managed to run away scot-free with the farm. And this has come to bite them back in the end.
The other problem is spells like the wall, the vacuum, what am I saying? The wall and the wall of drop have long-ass cooldowns, man. The moment you drop them and if you end up losing a skirmish or a fight, the enemy team is just going to hit the reset button and come right back at you. And we already saw that happening right now. Multiple pickoffs across the map.
Silence is actually sitting 4th on the top on the net worth. So he had 30 stolen intelligence at 24 minutes. How does this happen? I think you should just YOLO it and just go for like some damage items. Go for a ATOS. I think ATOS would be a really value pick.
I think he's hitting hard enough at this point, man. The Hurricane Pike, just fish the damn Hurricane Pike, I think. He's actually going Yules.
I think he wants to get rid of the Silence or the Flame Guard on the Ember Spirit. They've grouped up. I think they're going to go and push the high ground now on the mid lane. I don't think they need the Aegis that badly.
She's actually picked up a BKB as well, so there is no stopping Ice anymore.
Oh, this is going to be so hard. The only thing they can do is bait him, and if it's really hard baiting a PA. Just his first skill, a 15 mana skill, might be able to pick off heroes like the Earth Spirit and the Warlock. I'm really scared for the Warlock. If he shows anywhere and he gets critted using a Stifling Dagger, is pretty much dead. He has 0 HP to work with.
His chip damage being done on the tier 3 for now. Let's have a look at the Ember Spirit. He's still just at the Veil and the BOT. Oh man, you have the blink on Dot though. If you want to try some cheeky initiations.
I think it's too late. BKB on the PA, Yules on
the... sees those double TPs and just makes a break for it. But he's bought his team some time.
He's bought the Basher. He can try and go make a jump on the Invoker, but will need a little bit of luck, otherwise the Invoker is not going to die to that. BKB on the way for the PA, and I think they go for the top tower. I think by then even Roshan is cooling down. Go for the Aegis and then pretty much clean sweep through both the lines of Raxus.
Mercy. We're yet to see this big RPs from him though.
He's actually not been required to, so we haven't really felt the loss. That's coming through not hitting the RPs.
Are they gonna push without the Invoker here? Or, okay, they're just going for this tier 2 as of now. I guess they're gonna wait for the next rush.
They'll do it, come back, defend, and then go for the... No, they're actually not. They're actually trying to go and push.
No, I think they're just forcing back TPs from the AM and the Supe. Iced. Does he want to jump in here with his BKB? He's got the Empower and the Bloodlust upon him. And I mean, the Invoker's BOT should be cooling down here. It's about done. 8 seconds he'll be able to join his allies. Mehta the shrug of the steering chains. Then he blinks away after taking the tier 3 tower.
And they get so freaking hard.
Such an easy way to take. I mean, they essentially just breached high ground with a single hero standing up on the cliff.
Just by showing your BKB on your inventory, he knows that the other team can't really go on it. He doesn't even need to pop it, just having it is enough. This could be Raxus. They're going to pressure the mid lane as well. This is one lane of Raxus for sure.
Alright, nice. Casually takes the barracks. This is
defense.
It's so easy for S5. They're just cutting straight through their buildings, and KND is just left with their mouths open and drool falling out right now. They need to make a desperate play, but you know, I have no more productive advice to offer above that. I don't know what they can do here to stop this push from coming in. Maybe bait out like a whiffed RP and then hope for another 5-man vacuum into a drop. That is literally the only way they win this.
Yeah, and there's no counter to this as well, because if they go on the PA, even if they throw the kitchen sink at him, there is still that follow-up RP which is going to come from the Magnus, and there's even that global silence to prevent any follow-up damage.
Absolutely.
He's playing it so carefully, so measured out, not hurrying, not panicking, not popping his Manta unnecessarily, not popping his BKB unnecessarily.
Yeah, this is a perfect siege coming out from them. And they're doing it almost as if they have the Aegis upon them, but clearly they don't.
I mean, Entity makes them look like a lesser team, but when they play against maybe relatively similar skill out,
they're outclassing their opponents. I saw the animation blinking in, it's gone in on the Invoker, but Invoker made a run for it. There's the RP coming in, the tornado, the Meteor going wide. The Deafening Blast is there, they will get the kill. While Ice has just gone ham on the front lines, getting himself a triple kill. They're looking for more. There's the close snap on Dot. The wall finally gets dropped. Ice with the Ultra. He's going for the Rampage. Barker, don't go anywhere, he says, but his death comes at the hands of the Silencer, who steals yet another point of intelligence. GG has been called, and Standin 5 are your convincing victors here.
he ended with 36 stolen intelligence, and they have only 32 kills. So, really, I mean, that's pretty much the story of the game. Silencer gets the ball rolling for them, hits that early level 6, powers through their aggression coming out when the whale was picked up, and then it's just PA the entire way.
Yep.
Flawless performance from the PA, honestly. I am really impressed.
Not just the PA, man. Very impressive stuff from the entire team, in my opinion. Standin 5 with a much-deserved victory here. This is where we're going to wrap up our broadcast for Dota 2 for today. Hope you guys have had a blast. This is CloudX and Gambit. We're going to be signing out now. We'll see you tomorrow, 7 p.m.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now, when I use the word ladies, I'm very unsure about the female gamer population. Last I heard, there was just one major LOL team out of India called Galaxy. Well, if you want to follow them, you can definitely do that. They're making the country proud. But everybody who's joining us right now, welcome to the ESL India Premiership 2017, brought to you by Omen, by HP, Zowie, by BenQ, HyperX, organized by Nodwin Gaming. I'm Vagish Gauslabhan, and we are streaming the best of the games with the best of the teams involved, 6:30 p.m. every day, just like we promised. Now, people, we just had a wonderful Dota 2 match between Standin 5 and Kuroko no Doto. Nothing less than an IPL of all sorts, Chennai versus Bombay. And we all know, at the end of the day, I favor Bombay, so Bombay wins. Alright, Standin 5 from Bombay takes home the glory and the win, ladies and gentlemen. They win this Dota 2 match against Kuroko no Doto. Hard luck, boys. Maybe some more homework down the line can aid you and assist you. Now, moving on, people, let me remind you, we will definitely get your tweets featured if you tweet using our handle @ESL_India, and you can join our stream on our various channels. That is, on Facebook, we go by the name ESL India, and on YouTube Gaming, we go under the channel name ESL India. Same thing. Also, you can comment and share your views and expressions. You can always share your views and your thoughts with us on the Facebook page. So go ahead, you can comment there. And moving on with the flow of things, people, we have two very intense teams waiting to have a go at each other. Yes, I'm literally not punning here. I'm talking about the Counter-Strike Global Offensive game, which is in the offing between two amazing teams, Trademark Gaming and Risky Gaming. Now, moving on to the first team. First of all, Trademark Gaming is a Bangalore-based team which boasts of some very intense names, the one of the most famous being Equitus Also, the real name being Prashant Prabhakar. You would know him as one of the premier casters of Counter-Strike Global Offensive from the country. He is associated with that team, and trust me, if it's TMG involved, you gotta involve Prashant also with that. Come on, he gives his advice to the people, okay? You need that kind of advice, and it's like such a high-octane game. Moving on, they'll be facing off against Risky Gaming, a seeded team in the Southeast Asia, hailing from UAE, United Arab Emirates. And let me remind you, in the day one when they were facing off against Entity Esports, they defeated them, decimated them. Now I'm presuming they're raring to do the same to TMG. Well, that's for us to find out when these two teams, Trademark Gaming and Risky Gaming, face off against each other in the upcoming game of Counter-Strike Global Offensive, casted for you by our very own Fett and his mentor Sudan Blair. So Fett, Sudan, I hope you guys are ready for some more, how would I say, spanking? Because these two teams are just too darn amazing. So people gear up for some really high-octane, highly intense Counter-Strike action. This is the ESL India Premiership 2017. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You paint a picture in my mind. You
Turn around 3 times. Start shooting.
Personalize the way you see everything, and then conquer. Exclusive Black Equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes. Adjust the angle effortlessly for maximum comfort.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ESL Masters League. And today we're gonna see the matchup between Trademark Gaming and Risky Gaming. Risky, for those of you who are new to the Indian or generally the subcontinent CSGO scene, were the finalists for last year's iteration of the ESL Premiership. And they are by far the most competitive and aggressive team that I have seen play in this region so far, and TMG will have their work cut out for them. TMG, make no mistake, are no pushovers themselves. They feature some of the best talents in the country in CSGO, and we're going live with the knife round. I will fill you in about their backstories while the game goes on, and you know, as the game goes on. Knife round, very important on a map like Mirage because as you all know, it is a CT-sided map. So obviously TMG, like both teams, will be looking to win this knife round to start on the favorable side, that is the CT side. So let's see how it pans out. To brief overview of the lineup for Risky Gaming, it's going to be KitKat, Carry Bob, Greens, Breaker, and Havoc. Breaker, one of the most dangerous oppers I have seen till date. And here we go. It's a slice and dice, begins by the T ramp, and it is going to be TMG that comes out on top. Are they going to choose to stay on the T side, or nope, they are going to switch. They're going to be starting on the CT side, the favorite side in this map. And as I was saying, TMG, they are a team, they are definitely a top 8 team in the country, which is why they've been invited for the Masters League. And as I was saying, this is a team that suffers from consistency issues. On their day, they can upset the best teams in the country. They have the talent going for them. They have the machine that is Petrichor you're seeing right now. This man's aim is absolutely next level. He's played in the UAE, the Middle East scene as well. He used to play for a team that used to consistently beat Risky Gaming back in the day when he used to play in Dubai. And then, of course, we have the team captain, the IGL Rakshay Singh. And this man is an absolute powerhouse. Not only is he calling strats, but his plays are absolutely explosive. And he used to lead the leaderboards and face it back in the US when he used to study there back in the day. And yep, pistol round going live, folks. Let's see what kind of buys are going to come in. Ux going straight up for the armor buy. Moon also opting to go for the armor. Moon, Marzel, and Haku, young ones, fairly young. Petrichor and Ux, the experienced lads in the team. Over on the T side, the buys have come in. It's 4 sets of armor and Carry Bob running the utility. 1 Molotov and 2 flashbangs. That means it's looking to be a B hit. And there's 3 players making their way over to the B bomb side. And they should hear, Ux should hear this. Yep. Notices it out, and Haku is going to be the first line of defense. 3 players jumping out already, and Marzel landing that beautiful headshot. Ux applying the headshot, gets taken out by Green, but Marzel gets 2 quick headshots, and the round is almost over. It's just Carry Bob left in a 1v4 situation. What can he do? He's dancing around the pool, tags down Marzel, gushes him, and takes him out. Brings it down to a 1v3. But facing him one by one, just don't face him one by one. Let him come to you. Get the peaks. Don't let him isolate the 1v1s. Carry Bob's aim is dangerous, to say the least. Marzel and Ux giving a very, very strong fighting chance to Risky. Marzel with that double kill and Ux with that quick kill over from B short. They should have this round in the bag. Bombs down. Carry Bob has to retrieve it. They don't need to face him, and Haku takes him out with an insane headshot. And there we go. Pistol round going TMG's way. Now they need to be careful. Risky, a very aggressive team, and they feed off the aggression, they thrive off it, and they crave for it, in fact. So they need to be careful here, TMG. They need to have an answer for the early aggression, this general aggression that Risky have in their gameplay. And yep, as we see, straight up force by Breaker with the armored Deagle, Havoc with the armor, Tech 9, 1 smoke, 3 flashbangs, upgraded pistols and armor across the board. Yet again, looks like they're going to be walking out B. 1 player has made his way out onto mid. Petri. Let me see. They're gonna smoke off mid. Carry Bob lining up that sniper nest smoke, and Ux pushing up B short, landing the kill onto Breaker. That's gonna prompt this B rush, and Marzel there finding one hit, but Havoc getting 2 quick kills on Havoc and on Haku and Marzel. That's the B defense completely gone, and Ux gets taken out. It's down to a 2v2. Petri spraying away that nade. Oh, unfortunately not doing anything, landing in complete no man's land. Both players, Moon and Petri, have made their way onto the B bomb site. It's down to a 1v2. That was a messy round, losing 3 SMGs there. Both rifles safe though. Petri and Moon to the rescue. Like I said, Risky, a very aggressive team, and TMG will have to find a way to counter that aggression, and I think the best way here is to fight fire with fire. They'll have to make some crucial mid-round pushes and aggression, both for information and to deter any ideas that Risky might be having. They're a very confidence-based team, just like TMG. On their day, if they're feeling it, oh, look at that. Havoc with the Deagle, eviscerating Marzel right off the bat, bringing it down to a 4v5. This is not what the doctor ordered. Oh. Carry Bob making his way. They should not be losing any more guns. I mean, they're up against completely unarmored opponent. The only player on the team, Havoc, with any firepower, that one Deagle, but he can, all puns intended, wreak havoc with that pistol of his. And it's shaping up to be an A hit. We already have Carry Bob, who's made his way on into connector, absolutely unchecked. This could spell doom and destruction and death for the A defenders. They have no idea. They have no eyes over by connector. And look at that, Havoc peeks out, and if just, what is this? Finally, Greens does go down, but Moon is getting like just death by paper cuts, getting sprayed down by Glocks left, right, and center. And, oh, Haku needs to be careful. Thank God, that's just a Glock, and that's what saves him at the end of the day. Brings it down to a 2v2, but Haku is internally bleeding right now. And Breaker does have that M4. He doesn't have armor, though. That is the only thing going for them at the moment. No kits onto them either. That nade's gonna land squarely on Havoc, but Havoc, what are you doing? What? Havoc with an insane 4K with the Deagle. That Deagle of his just completely shuts down TMG. That is heartbreaking, has to be heartbreaking for TMG. Oh my God, what a play. Havoc. Just, as I said, he has the potential to wreak complete and utter destruction. And that's going to reset TMG, and they're going to just have some upgraded pistols. What are you going to do with them, is the question. They're going to go for what seems to be like an A stack, yeah. They're all just focused onto A stack on the A bomb site, and Ux playing the lone defender by the B bomb site. Looks like Haku's going to see action very soon. Havoc spots him out. You've already seen what this man can do with the Deagle, so his aim is on point. And whoa, does get tagged down, but he's on low. He's low. Can do something with that 5-7, but that aim punch is restricting his aim. There we go. Down goes Moon. Marzel in the meantime does pick up Greens, leaving Ups all alone with 4 HP and a Dream. And that Dream is going to come to a swift and rapid end. Just losing one rifle there. Not a bad anti-eco at all. Coming in from Risky Gaming. I mean, just like Risky is a confidence-based team, so is TMG. Very temperamental, very confidence-based. And that anti-eco, I just hope it doesn't tilt them. Because they're a very, very momentum-based team. And yeah, Havoc is an Indian who settled in the UAE. First gun round coming out from TMG. Very little presence in mid. Marzel has pushed up underpass, so he's getting a lot of information for his team right about now. Needs to be careful though. Kit Kat. Marzel walking up. Will Kit Kat spot him, or will he spot Kit Kat? Oh, the timing. What? The timing is just not there, unfortunately. But he's getting a lot of information. He sees that B is completely clear, and Ux knows that he's gonna get hit from Palace very, very soon, and might just get pincered. But Marzel already on the quick flank. In the meantime, Kit Kat is on a lurk of his own. The entire A defense is focused on the A bomb side. In the meantime, Greens does get the pick, and he's made his way up B short. Breaker's made his way up B short, and they're gonna know that the B bomb side is completely ripe for the taking, and they have a flank ready of their own. In the meantime, Marzel, look at this, sneaking up Palace. Is anybody checking? Oh, Marzel is there, gets the bomb control, and oh, sprays away. Really low. Greens on 28 points of health, but they have bomb control. Now they know that they need to rotate, but Breaker by market. Haku spots him out. Ux unable to do anything. It's down to a 2v3 with Haku internally bleeding. This timing just not favoring Marshall there. He had the perfect flank going for him. Haku making a ton of noise. and gets decapitated in return because of all the noise that he was making, leaving Petri all alone in a 1v3 situation, and even he can't make much more of this. Breaker just unbreakable at this point. Just kicking ass and taking names, as they say. That was heartbreaking again because Marshall had such a good flank, but that was returned in. It was the favor just got returned in kind by KitKat and Breaker. There was a double lurk coming in essentially. They lurked the lurker. Both teams flanked around each other. Only Risky's aim rang truer, and they came out on top that round. Just sheer bad luck at this time. Anyway, yet another eco. They're going to be pushing up mid. This is some good mid aggression coming out. I'd like to see TMG show this in the gun rounds. Breaker going to find the kill onto Haku in the meantime, and Petri trying his best to stave off the B attack. Breaker knows exactly where he's playing from. Bob also has an idea. Petri spraying away, going for the knife, running out of bullets. Unfortunately, being taken down before he could even reach within touching distance of Breaker. Breaker is very, very low. If Moon can catch him off guard. Doesn't seem like it though. Oh, tags down Bob. Both Bob and Breaker. 5 and 7 HP, but they keep all 5 players alive. Yet another clinical anti-eco coming out from Risky Gaming. Will we see the op out onto Haku? Petri could drop for him, but fortunately right now the money just not there yet for TMG. They'll be on max loss bonus if they lose this round, but they cannot afford to drop more rounds. Petri, what happened there? A late buy coming in from Petri. Little light on the utility there, but I mean, you can do it, is the chant that should be going through their minds right now. Ux needs to call the game of his life. Nux playing B short. Breaker seems to have an idea where he is, rattling off a few shots through the smoke, not finding diddly squat, and it looks like it's going to be another A hit coming in. This A pincer working out really well. Moon going to be the first point of engagement, and Petri replying his kill, and spraying down but unable to land any kill. That A defense is just so leaky. In the meantime, Greens burns in the fires of hell that were laid down by Breaker, and that Molotov's going to force Ux out into the open. Decent post plants taken up here. And they do have a Molotov onto Haku. They should look to Molotov, and Haku with a nasty shot onto Greens, bringing it down to a 2v2. But look at that. Look at the wraparound play coming in from Bob. He is booking it. He knows Havoc is really, really low. And use that Molotov. Oh, they used it for Palace. They're going to stick the defuse. But in the meantime, Bob, it has been planted for him. And oh, the bomb plant defuser goes down. And Havoc peeks out from behind and takes out Ux. So this play right here that you saw, that plant for B short, and the player just wrapping all the way around T mid, all the way from T ramp and T spawn and coming, shooting from B short. This was a strat that was first employed and deployed by Tyloo when they first broke out into the international CSGO scene. The first few times they did it, none of the international teams, like I'm talking about the teams like the old Luminosity, now called SK, these teams had no answer for that particular post plant strat that these guys came up with, and a lot of Asian teams have employed it. I think I saw Semper X try this yesterday. Oh, Haku does take a lot of damage, but then manages to get the kill. 1-for-1 trade, and Marshall in the meantime does find the kill onto Bob and recovers a rifle, but in the meantime the bomb has made its way onto the A bomb site. This A bomb site proving to be the bane of the existence of Marshall. Oh, somehow manages to land the kill, and in the meantime Haku also replies with a quick kill onto Havoc. Third round on the board for TMG. This just might be the round that TMG needed. A little bit of injection of confidence into them, because as I've told you, Risky is a very, very intimidating opponent, and it's very difficult to stop them once they get their plow going. As we see the money on Risky Gaming right now looking quite healthy. This is after the op buy and the full buy coming in from them. Bob sitting on $10,000, Breaker $6,500, Haku the only one with money the end of this round because he saved that AK from the previous round. Didn't have to buy up. 6,800 on him. Oh, Marshall needs to be careful. Breaker does have the op. And Breaker burning alive there. I don't know what he's thinking. And there we go. That op from Breaker. This man is a machine with the op. And Petri does get the kill onto Greens, equalizing things up almost immediately. In the meantime, Kit Kat has made his way up underpass. And the bomb is making his way B. And Haku gets caught aggressing up B-apps. That is not what the doctor ordered, unfortunately. Carry bomb. Oh, what a flick. What a flick onto Ux. No chance there, Ux. And in the meantime, Moon finding the head of Carry Bob brings it down to a 3v2. It is doable, but oh my god, Breaker just breaking the spine of TMG with that op of his. Quick double kill from him and Carry Bob with the double kill. And again, they get reset. But this time, Haku does have money. He could drop a couple of guns over for his teammates and they could eke out a buy, but they're going to be light on the utility. And like I said, Risky are a team that just like to aggress. There's like somehow TMG need to find an answer for this aggression, this all-out aggression from Risky. They're playing a fairly default setup, but this time around, again, this is a force buy. They did win their previous force buy, and I think Risky should be aware of this. Marshall with the op, finally op out onto Marshall. If there's anyone who needs to come alive with the op this game is Marshall. This man can go absolutely bananas with that big green gun of his. And honestly speaking, TMG need his firepower to counter the sheer brutality that, oh my god, just as I was saying this, Ux gets decapitated, leaving Haku all alone in the B-box side with a P250 and a dream. That dream is going to come crumbling down. Marshall with the op. He's partially blinded. Nade's not going to do anything to him. And oh, he spots out Greens but misses the flick. And I think the call to save should go out. Yes, they have 3 rifles, armor, and the op. And yep, there's the call to save. But I don't think Risky will relent. They will go for the hunt here. They have all the money in the world. Oh, and look at that Breaker landing that shot on Moon. Unfortunately, that's 1 rifle out. Marshall in the meantime replying with a couple of kills. So is Petri. But Petri goes down as well, leaving Marshall all alone. And he needs to try his darndest to save this gun. But will he be able to is the question. Greens is bombing up. And the answer is no, because Breaker's op, for now, is greater than Marshall's op. 7 rounds to 3 for Risky. And TMG's money, absolutely broken, gone, evaporated. They have to go for another eco. Match, a tactical timeout being called by Ux. He's just trying to rally his troops, inject them with some much needed confidence. As I said, TMG is a very confidence-based team. They play off of momentum, and right now all the momentum is with Risky. So Ux trying to give one of those rallying speeches like we see in those sports movies, just to rally up the troops, just to muster them up, get them all charged up, and get them to playing at the level that we know that they're capable of. I mean, Petrichor, this man's insane. I've seen him hit the nuttiest shots ever. And Ux himself is no slouch, by the way, at the game. He can pull off some crazy shots. But the thing is, they're going to go into the next round with the 3rd round loss bonus, which is going to be around $2,400. So the buy coming in from them, again, will be quite subdued and muted. And Breaker with the fast landing the... Wow, he just legged Marshall. Oh, Moon there getting legged. Ux in the meantime, over by B-shot, might catch Havoc off guard, does dink him down to 4 HP, but unable to land the kill there, unfortunately. And in the meantime, oh my god, Petri just getting blindsided there. Getting double teamed, and that's the end of that. Haku left all alone with the USP, and Greens is going to put an end to his misery. You see his dead body doing the classic Indian head bob, side to side, acknowledging defeat and death in this round. And it's especially heartbreaking for me to cast this game because, well, I work with Ux and Petri day in and day out. I see them all day, every day. And I know the level they're capable of hitting in this game. And right now, they're just not firing. Match has been paused again. Is it due to technical reasons, or is it due to tactical reasons? Well, they're all looking at Moon. Moon looking at everyone. Nope. I think the power just went at HSR, as I was just saying. Ux and Petri think they've lost internet and they have timed out. Things just keep going from bad to worse. Don't worry. They have power backup. They all have inverters and generators of their own for their own personal usage, which can give them at least 8 to 10 hours of power backup in such dire situations. The thing is, it rained in Bangalore today, and the power's been going on and off ever since it started pouring cats and dogs. So we're gonna just be waiting for Ux and Petri to reconnect to the server. In the meantime, let's take a look at the scores, shall we? 16 kills on Breaker, 12 on Havoc. And there we go, Ux joins back, so Petri shouldn't be too far behind. They live in the same house, so if Ux is back, Petri should be back anytime as well. There we go. Still waiting on Petri. It's curious. Risky Gaming is just like, I don't think they managed to qualify. They lost in the finals of the qualifiers for the Asia Minor, and they're just out for blood ever since then. I don't think they've been playing some crazy Counter-Strike, even against Entity Esports in the opening game of this year's ESL Masters Premiership, ESL Premiership, the Masters Series. They came back from an 11-4 half on Inferno on the T side, on the CT side, to win it in overtime, in double overtime against Entity Esports. And that too with the Standin. Nami played the entire regulation time till 15-15, and then he had to leave, and Greens joined at overtime, the moment overtime started, and they clinched out the map by hook or by crook. The thing is, once they got their momentum going on the T side of Inferno, they just were relentless. Entity tried their very best. They came out with some really good strats and really good set plays on the T side of Inferno, but their CT side was just not up to the mark, and it crumbled against the unrelenting force that Risky brings on their T sides. As you can clearly see, this team is just all about unbridled aggression. And I think the power situation is a bit more dire than I initially thought at HSR. But yeah, still waiting on Petri. And there we go, he's back into the server. Pause should be getting called off any moment now. And if you guys remember watching last year's ESL Masters, the LAN, or during the Delhi Comic Con, you'd have seen what a force to be reckoned with Risky Gaming is. They just dropped one map, and that to Cobblestone. I think it was D2D. I'm not sure, but they lost that map fairly early on into the tournament, and ever since that loss, they've kept picking Cobblestone and beating every team they met on it, just to prove a point. And Greens this time is the one peeking mid. Breaker taking his op to A ramp. Moon's the only defender by the A bomb side this time. They're playing 2 mid. Petri in the meantime does find the kill on to Breaker. That's Danger Man taken out of the picture, but there's Carry Bob and Havoc still left, and Moon is so very low. tapping away, spraying away, unfortunately unable to land the kill. But it's down to a 3v3 and it is highly doable. Two players on Risky Gaming, fairly low on 40 and 36 points of health respectively. And Haku finding the kill onto Carry Bob and Havoc. Those are the two low HP players taken out. It's just leaving Kit Kat with the op. He gets one. Can he find the other two? He has two more players to find. That flashbang going to blind both the players. He's been smoked off. They should try sticking the defuse because I don't think they have a kit. And yeah, the defuse going in right now. And Kit Kat trying to make his way out of Palace but gets taken down immediately. But does he have it is the question. No, he doesn't. Kit Kat through the smoke gets the diffuser down, and that is yet another round on the board for Risky Gaming. That's why there needs to be at least one kit on the CT side. Unfortunately, the money situation just not allowing them to purchase up the kit. Loss bonus now building up for TMG. They'll be able to buy up fully going into the next round. They're going to be getting about $3,500, $3,400. Ooh, Moon. I think, yeah, Moon will have a little bit of problem buying up because, oh, they're forcing it up. Interesting. Interesting call from Ux. Marshall bombarding down mid, holding patiently by underpass. Will he get spotted though is the question. Carry Bob rattling a few shots off, leaving Breaker to clean up behind him. Marshall peeks out and gets lobotomized. Instant brain surgery there from Breaker. That's down to a 4v5. This has been the story of the CT half so far. It seems that TMG almost always starting with a man disadvantage. And there we go, Ox taken out by Kit Kat. This is just getting dire right now. 5v3. Complete mid presence given up. They don't even have the manpower to attempt mid control. They should just look to stacking up one bomb site this and try and look towards saving the armor and whatever investment they have and try to take it to the next round. But Havoc's gonna find Petri. This is just going from bad to worse. It's like a nightmare for TMG right now. Risky Gaming just proving to be too strong for TMG. And here's the bit that's a bit heartbreaking is the fact that TMG have it in them. And down goes Haku, down goes Moon, and I think Haku just DC'd from the server. Alrighty then. As you all very well know, this is summertime in India and the power situation here is absolutely dire. And yep, I think Haku just lost power. And as I was saying, Risky Gaming, one of the most hard-hitting teams. So I saw them at the ESL Premiership finals last year. Last year, in fact, in December, and they were playing with their coach Osman as a stand-in because I think one of their players, I think either it was Breaker or I think Havoc. One of their team members couldn't get a visa on time to come play in India. And even with a stand-in, their coach Osman, they just ran through the opposition like a warm knife through butter, and it was almost painful to watch. In the finals, they faced off against Invisible Wings, erstwhile Invisible Wings, Sai's team, led by the man himself, Sai, who now plays for Entity Esports. And he tried his best to carry with his op, but Breaker, I think it was Osman, and Greens was by far the MVP of that tournament. He was just dropping 40 bombs left, right, and center like it was nobody's business. And ever since then, it's been the Havoc and Breaker show. Like throughout the tournaments, since I've watched Risky Gaming play, I've cast them a couple of times as well. Breaker, once he gets his hands on the big green gun, he is almost unstoppable. But right now, what I'm really curious to see about the developing Asian scene is where the SEA and the Chinese scene go, because the two teams that are looking the most promising right now are Flash Gaming and Tyloo, obviously. Flash Gaming especially, they haven't participated in any event since they formed. Karsa, the erstwhile coach of Tyloo, he got kicked from, he left the organization along with, I think, Fancy. And now they formed their own team. They've got Kaze, they've got Love YY or Lovey, and one more player I can't recall who. I think it is I can't remember who right now. And they've been scrimming relentlessly ever since that team formed, and they're going to be, I think, showing up straight at the Asia Minors, the LAN event, which is going to be held in China later in a couple of weeks time. And I'm really looking forward to what they bring to the table. Them along with so right now I'd say the top Asian teams would be Tyloo, Flash Gaming, Boot Dreamscape, and MVP Project have also been fairly promising. Unfortunately, Boot Dreamscape and MVP failed to qualify for the Asia Minor LAN Championship. Both the Thai teams beating them out. I think it's going to be, the finals is going to be between two Thai teams, 7-6, 7-6, 4-2, and I can't recall the other team right now. 5-5, something like that. Very weird names. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting seeing how this Asian scene develops in the upcoming few months. We saw a couple of them over during Star Ladder last month. We saw 5PA. We saw MVP Project. No, we saw Boot Dreamscape. Or was it Rambo's team? And Tyloo. And all of them played reasonably well, I guess, but they couldn't really hold their own against the more seasoned and experienced European teams and American teams that showed up at the tournament. But it was good exposure for them, and they did, obviously, they must have learned a lot from their time at Star Ladder. In the meantime, moving back our focus onto the Indian scene, we see a lot of money being poured into the nascent Indian esports scene. We have a couple of tournaments that are coming up. One is ongoing already, that's COB X, the 5 lakh tournament for CSGO. It's a total prize pool of 10 lakhs for CSGO and Dota 2, both of which have a prize pool of 5 lakhs each. And we're seeing a lot of new teams coming up and coming through the ranks. And some of them show genuine promise. And this is the thing, right? The more the tournaments come up, more amateur teams and amateur players who want to turn semi-pro or, take the game more seriously, they get the opportunity to test their mettle against the more established teams like Entity Esports, D2D. Like today in COBEX, we saw Dare to Dream versus this team called Gamers for Life. It is a cafe team based out of Bangalore. And they show some real promise. They have 5 very solid aimers, and each player, at least a couple of players on that team, showed some tremendous promise in terms of individual skill and game sense. But what they're lacking is cohesion and team play. And that is something that only comes with time and practice. The more you give to the game and practice as a unit, the better you get as a team. Obviously, that's fairly obvious to any layperson. But that is something that is lacking in the Indian scene right now, is dedication. I hear a lot of teams and players in general complain that there's no money in the scene, but think about it. There was no money in Brazil either. It was just one man's dedication, Fallen. And look at where the Brazilian CSGO scene is today. That is what dedication can bring you. If you are convinced enough about what you're doing, and if you think you are good enough, you will make it. Fallen joined 1.6, I think, started playing 1.6 at the flag end of its life, and then when CSGO happened, he bounced around from sad teams, like mediocre teams to mediocre teams, but he was always the standout performer there. Each team carrying each team as far as he could on his back alone. And then he started his gamer academy, where he handpicked players and trained them, and under his tutelage, 2 very good Brazilian teams have come up, one of which is obviously SK, the major winning team, the team that has come to be one of the forces to be reckoned with in the international CSGO scene. And the other is Luminosity. And now they just keep switching players between one another. I think Phelps and Phelps it is, I guess. Yeah, he just joined SK from the other Brazilian team, which was now Luminosity. And yeah, like if you guys remember, there was this 1.6 op god from Brazil. I think his name was Kogu, and it was a shame that he was a talent that could rival the likes of DSN. Not Markelov. Markelov is in a league of his own in 1.6, but his op was right up there with the very, very best. And unfortunately, he just happened to be born in a country that at the time just did not have the CS talent. He also hailed from Brazil, but he's etched his name in the annals of CS 1.6 history, considered to be one of the best oppers to ever have graced the game, alongside DSN, Markelov, DSN, Markelov, and the likes. I can't recall the names of the operas. I haven't been I've never watched the 1.6 scene as much as I have been following the CSGO scene. I just remember a few names and a few games off the top of my head, because of my discussions with Bleh. Yeah, I am his, what is the word that I'm looking for? Underling, his minion. He's taken me under his wing to train me in the fine arts of CSGO casting. And if I am to believe chat, I am a useless caster, but well, you try doing it, my friends. You'll see it's a lot harder than it looks. Anyway, enough chit chat about the CSGO scene worldwide. I'm just going to take a drink of water. It's going to take a few seconds to just wait around. But yeah, as I was saying, the Indian CSGO scene, it is coming up. The Indian esports scene in general, we see the Dota team, the Dota scene, in my opinion, is still leaps and bounds ahead of the CSGO scene. The viewership definitely lying with the CSGO scene, but the Dota scene in terms of performance and in terms of sponsorships and teams is still far ahead. Crowley recently being picked up by some SEA team to play for them. I think No Chance is coming up with a squad of his own after his exit from Entity Esports. Entity themselves are going to look beyond India, beyond the shores of the country. They've recruited 3 very talented Filipino players. I think they hail from the Philippines, the 3 players that they have recruited, and they're just looking to elevate their game and try and aim a bit higher and make a dent in the international scene. They were already making a splash in the international scene. They were regularly winning scrims and at least giving a fight to teams. Like they were winning scrims against Fnatic Academy and even taking the fight to the main Fnatic team. That is commendable. So that is the level that Indian CSGO has to reach at the time. And yeah, it'll take some time. There's still hope. There's still a lot of talent that I see coming up, rising through the ranks. As I was just talking about today, I saw this team, this local Bangalore cafe team with some very good aimers, and then you have second tier team, tier 2 teams in India like G Outfits, and I think they're called Gunpoint. Sector 7's team and G Outfits have been around for a long time. Antidote's old team, and let's talk about Antidote for the time being. This boy has really impressed me. He's really young. I think he's 18 or 19. Oh, okay. So it seems like Haku's power situation is worse than we thought, and TMG are going to take the brave decision of continuing this match 4v5. This is really, really unfortunate. Extremely unfortunate. And yeah, 4v5, the sole defender Marshall over by the B bomb site, and it's going to be a B hit. Risky. They've just been around the block too long. They know exactly what's up, and Marshall's going to force his way through and meet four rifles just staring him in the face. And Petri's made his way onto the B bomb site in the meantime. He's going to get taken down. Ux in the meantime does find the frag onto Greens, down to a 4v2. It was a 4v5 to start off with, and those two quick kills over by the B bomb site not working out at all in favor of TMG. And there we go, Moon getting into a spray battle and coming out way worse for the wear in that altercation, leaving Ux all alone to face off against four very angry and very aggressive terrorists from Risky Gaming. And there we go, does tag Havoc in the face, but as we see, Havoc is just the expert brain surgeon, meticulously and decisively slicing off heads one after the other. He's just a relentless scalping machine. I really feel bad for TMG right now. Like, they were struggling. Oh, look at that. Good shot by Moon there. Onto KitKat. Also managing to retrieve the op. Should try and... Oh, does spot out Carry Bob. Trying to spam him through the wall. But he's going to get swarmed very soon. 3 players just ganging up on him. And wow, they're all dead. The blink of an eye. They're all dead. It's like a flash of oil in a hot pan. Sorry, a splash of water on a burning hot pan. Their lives extinguished before their eyes. And Marshall, just a little too slow on the draw. Havoc, yet again, showing off his skills with the headshot. The turn of the half, TMG 3, Risky 12. They are playing, they're going to see off the rest of this game, I think, 4v5 until Haku's power comes back. But this just went from bad to worse. 4 sets of armor onto TMG, and Risky. Breaker with the CZ, the nade, and Carry Bob with the smoke and the kit. And Havoc starting things off exactly where he left off with a fast headshot onto Moon. But Ux replying in kind, and Marshall finding KitKat. They can do this, it's down to a 3v3. And Ux making his way on a CT. Can he find the shots that needed? Carry Bob tagging him down really low. He needs to make his way back to safety and get a better post plan. 2 players rushing him from CT. In the meantime, his teammate, his compadre, that is Petri, finding the kills and tagging down Greens very low. Both players leading internally. Finally, Ux going down to a 2v2, but Greens is on 4 HP. And it is planted for Petri. All he needs to do is hold fire. And there we see Greens does go down, and Marshall, the knife comes out, slicing and dicing his way through. There we go, the sushi chef Marshall, the blade extraordinaire, channeling his inner samurai and slicing his way through the last T. That's just some fun for you, Marshall with a knife kill. And they managed to take around 4v5, not half bad, TMG. And Risky with yet another force buy. I want to keep my eyes on Havoc, seeing the kind of death and devastation his Deagle reaped in the previous force buy that they did. TMG winning both pistols, but this time they need to win this anti-eco. They have the utility. Unfortunately, no Molotovs this time around, so they won't be able to force the players out of their hidey holes. And look at that, Havoc starting things off just like he did in the previous anti-eco. His Deagle just sings the tales of death and destruction. In the meantime, KitKat finding the head of Moon. And KitKat finding Ux as well, leaving poor Marshall all alone in a 1v5 clutch situation. He has to ace clutch this out to win. Finds 1 kill, takes some damage in return, but they have the control of bomb. They're all swarming the bomb like a hive of angry bees right now. It's all up to Marshall. Greens, I think he hears him, but oh my god, recovers the AK and decapitating Marshall. 4v5, it is not easy. So for those of you wondering why it's 4v5, well, I think Haku lost power. It is summertime in India and the power situation here is pretty shambolic. Keeps going every now and then. And either he lost power or he lost internet, both of which are pretty erratic during the summertime, internet being erratic throughout the year. And I'm surprised that Risky aren't pushing. They're very well known for their aggressive plays, especially on the CT side. And it's a very controlled CT setup that I'm seeing from them. Havoc with his back to Palace, but he does have support in the form of Breaker, and it has been smoked off, so he has approximately 10 seconds of safety left for him. In the meantime, it is a force buy coming out from TMG. They have... I'll give it to them. They haven't given up. They're still trying. You have to give it to the lads. And in the meantime, Havoc finding Moon but getting instantly traded out. Oh, Breaker taking a lot of damage, but Petri very low. Marshall all alone, recovering an AK, getting one kill, almost getting the second, but Kit Kat pistoling him down with the USP. Oh god. I am going to commend each and every one of these TMG players for what they're attempting right now. They are showing true sportsman spirit and giving it their best, trying whatever they can to salvage something. This is now a game for dignity and pride. They don't just want to keel over and die. They want to give Risky a fight, and that has to be respected and commended, regardless of whether you support Indian CS or you think whether I'm a shit caster or not. This is what TMG is doing right now is actually extremely commendable. And spam through the wooden boxes, and I think both Petri and Marshall taking a spot of damage there. And it's a very good read coming out from Risky, and oh wow, Petri landing a good shot onto Carry Bomb. He's going to make his way onto the B-bomb side, but they're going to get instantly eviscerated. Those nades and the... Wow, Ux dying to a nade. Molotov getting a Molotov killed their greens. They just ran right into the grinder there. This is getting really hard to watch. Really, really hard to watch. And yep, yet another... Oh, they're going to try something different. I think they're trying to get some mid control. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Break. Risky pushing mid. Just as... Oh god, this just... Greens just... Wow. 3 taps to the head. Ux in the meantime has pushed B-apps. Oh. Oh. He's just going to sit and smoke. Take a deep breath, Ux. Take a deep breath. In the meantime, Havoc. Oh, I think he spots out Ux, and he's blinded himself. This is a comedy of errors this last round. The game ends 16-4 to Risky. TMG tried their best. They gave a valiant effort, but in the end, Risky were just too good for them. Their aggression just went unchecked. And TMG playing with 4 players for the majority of the second half, just not working in their favor. Good try, but in the end, it was all in vain. That has been all from me. Fett, you can follow me on Twitter at @cheeseman, and I'll be handing it over back to the production crew. Thank you all for watching, and join us tomorrow for more awesome Counter-Strike.
Alright people, thank you Fed first of all for taking us through the game as and when it happened. Sadly for the people who are watching it and for those who just joined in, guys, you joined in late, you should have joined us at 6:30 for all the 3 games. The grand culmination with the CSGO match between Risky Gaming and Trademark Gaming ended in Risky Gaming's favor. I gotta clap for you guys, man. Last 2016 Masters, Risky Gaming took home the trophy, the glory, and a hell lot of fans. Now this time around, Trademark Gaming, who were there in Challenger 2 last year, who made it through in the finals there, sadly, they could not pull through because one of their players dropped out because of some internet connection. So it was essentially a 4v5, but still, since I play Counter-Strike myself, not at their level, considering these guys are pros, well, I mean, 4v5 could have been carried if proper team communications could have been established. Who knows, maybe there were some other issues as well with Trademark Gaming. Sad luck, guys. Maybe you guys can better your game and come back stronger, better. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this was the ESL India Premiership 2017. This was the on-stream match, whereas off-stream, we had one crazy match we gave you the update for in between this game. It was a match between Team Semperex and Team Wolf, which went in Team Semperex's favor. Let me remind you, one of the players from Team Wolf, Mythilef, now plays for Semperex. They have a new revamped roster, and so does Team Wolf. And certainly it just so seems like everywhere the scores are just going topsy-turvy. So ladies and gentlemen, this was the ESL India Premiership 2017's Day 4 stream. Right now the time for us is to bid you goodbye, but don't forget, you can tweet to us using a handle at the rate ESL_India and follow us on our various social media, YouTube gaming channel being ESL India and Facebook page being ESL India, where they come to you at 6:30 PM every day without fail, streaming you the best of the teams and the best of the games. In case you want to register for the phase 2, ladies and gentlemen, the opportunity and the time is now. You see, we have a registration URL which you can probably see on the screen right now. So if you're seeing that URL, go onto that URL, register onto the ESL India page on Facebook. You can see tutorial videos there which will assist you and guide you to go through the entire registration process. Trust me, we'd love to see some more new blood out there taking out their anger in the games they play. Alright people, this is me Vagish Godslayer Bhavan signing off for today, but we come back tomorrow with the promise of some more intense games, some more high octane action. Remember, this is the ESL India Premiership 2017 brought to you by Omen by HP, Zowie by BenQ, HyperX and organized by Norton Gaming. Till next time, we see you guys. Ciao.
You paint a picture